Hello, everyone, and good morning. Today is Monday, June 16th, 2025, at 10:23. And today we have our Day 1 Outlook to look at today. I do apologize for not being able to make either video yesterday, as I was busy doing Father's Day plans. So, I hope everybody had a good Father's Day yesterday. But anyway, let's get right into it. Today we have one enhanced risk that covers parts of central Nebraska and northeastern Colorado. And we have this one over here that is for parts of south central to western Wisconsin. So south central Minnesota and the western Wisconsin. So we do have those areas under a enhanced risk today. Today we've got a slight risk that encompasses parts of central to southern Montana, northeastern Wyoming, parts of central South Dakota, central to southern South Dakota, we have parts of northern to southern Minnesota, more of west central Wisconsin, going down into northwestern Iowa, central Nebraska, basically almost all of Nebraska, and then north central Kansas, going into northeastern Colorado, having a slight risk today. We have a marginal risk that encompasses parts of Montana, going through Wyoming, Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, going back up through Missouri, parts of Iowa, parts of Illinois, and Wisconsin, as well as parts of Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. So we do have those states under the marginal. So those directions are starting to get hard on me. But anyway, we have Minneapolis, St. Paul, Bloomington, Plymouth, and Brooklyn Park under the enhanced. Omaha, Lincoln, Sioux Falls, Billings, and Rochester, Minnesota having a slight. And Wichita, Madison, Des Moines, Fort Collins, and Cedar Rapids under the marginal. So let's go ahead and deep dive and see what we've got for today. Today we have a 5% for mainly Minnesota and parts of western Wisconsin. And we do have a 2% extending from Montana through Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, a little bit of Colorado, Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. So we do have those states under the 2%. So we have Minneapolis, St. Paul, Bloomington, Plymouth, and Brooklyn Park under the 5%, and Sioux Falls, Billings, Rochester, Minnesota, Duluth, and Sioux City under the 2%. So for the 5%, we could see a brief EF1 tornado possible today. And for the 2%, we could see a brief EF0 tornado possible today. So please be mindful that could be possible today depending on where you are. Going into the wind outlook for today, we have a 30% hatched for parts of Nebraska and parts of northeastern Colorado. We do have a 15%, little bit of a small hatched area in parts of northeastern Colorado, and just a tiny part of southern Nebraska, having it as well. We have a 15% normal that extends from Montana through Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, a little bit of Kansas, going back through Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. And then we do having a 5% extending from Montana into a little bit of Wyoming, Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, parts of Nebraska, parts of Missouri, Iowa, parts of Illinois, and Wisconsin, and Minnesota, as well as South Dakota and North Dakota. So we do have those states under the 5%. So we have Kearney, North Platte, Scottsbluff, Sterling, and Lexington under the significant severe. We have Kearney, North Platte, and Lexington under the 30% hatched. Omaha, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Lincoln, and Sioux Falls under the 15%. And Wichita, Madison, Des Moines, Fort Collins, and Cedar Rapids under the 5%. So for the 30% hatched area, we could see 60 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts possible. So please be mindful that could be possible depending on where you are. For the tiny 15% hatched, we could see 60 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts as well. 15%, we could see 15% normal. We could see 60 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts possible. And for the 5%, we could see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts possible. So please be mindful that could be possible depending on where you are. Going into the hail risk for today, we have a 30% hatch for areas in parts of Minnesota. We have just a small 30% normal for parts of western Wisconsin. We have a 15% hatch for parts of Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, going up through Iowa and back into Minnesota. We have a 15% normal that is for parts of South Dakota, Minnesota, just a little bit of North Dakota, parts of Wisconsin, parts of Minnesota and Iowa, parts of Nebraska as well. We have a 5% that extends from Montana through Wyoming, parts of Colorado, parts of Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, back through a little bit of Missouri, Iowa, parts of Illinois, a little bit of Wisconsin, Minnesota, South Dakota, and North Dakota having the 5%. So, we do have Minneapolis, St. Falls, Billings, Sioux City, and Bloomington under the significant severe. Minneapolis, St. Paul, Bloomington, Plymouth, and Brooklyn Park under the 30% hatched. Sioux Falls, Billings, Rochester, Minnesota, Duluth, and Sioux City under the 15%. And Omaha, Wichita, Lincoln, Madison, and Des Moines under the 5%. So for the 30% hatched, we could see 2 to 4 inch diameter hail possible today. For the 30% normal, just for the tiny area of the 30% normal, we could see, again, 2 to 4 inch diameter hail possible. For the 15% hatched, we could see 1 to 3.5 inch diameter hail possible. For the 15% normal, we could see 1 to 3 inch diameter hail possible. And for the 5%, we could see 1 to 2 inch diameter hail possible. So please be mindful that could be possible depending on where you are. Going into the summary for today, it says, scattered severe thunderstorms capable of producing severe damaging gusts, large to very large hail, and a few tornadoes are forecast today across parts of these northern and central plains into the upper Mississippi Valley. So there you have it. There's the risks for today. There's today's hail risk. There's today's wind risk. There's today's tornado risk. And there's today's day 1 outlook. So I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe. And I should be available for the day 2 outlook video for today. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Stay weather aware, stay safe, and take care.